Hi, this is Dave, Fell Running Guide. Welcome to this week's navigation task. We've got a fantastic Lake District skyline for this week's task. I want you to identify the features circled and see if you can work out where the photo was taken from. We're using the Ordnance Survey 1 to 25,000 map for this task. So we're somewhere on there and we're looking for those two features. So let's have a closer look at the photograph. So if we look at the far horizon from right to left, we've got this high flat area here, and it looks like the ground drops away, and then we go up to a high mountain summit there. We've got a very distinctive drop off on the side of that, and a very steep climb up there. We see these rocky cliffs here. And then another high point there. The first feature we're looking for is in front of that high point. And then we see the ground drops away as we go down to the left. We've got a big wide feature here. Looks like there's a stream coming down. And then we've got this rocky rib coming down towards us from that high ground. And the feature that we're looking for, the second feature, is that there, a big gully by the looks of things, and then the ground drops away further to the left. If we look in the middle distance, we've got a ridge here, again dropping from right to left, coming down. We've got a rocky, slightly higher point in the middle here with rocks in front of it, and it drops away down and out of sight. So beyond this ridge and the mountains in the distance, looks like there's some kind of valley. Presume there's a stream in it, and it looks like it's a very steep climb up the other side. And then coming back towards the camera location, the ground drops away again, and there's another valley hidden just here. You can see the ground starting to rise slightly on our left. So another feature. So from us, the ground drops away, then rises, and then would drop away again, and then rise again. So can we see any of that on the photograph? No, sorry, on the map? Well, here are our high mountains, and there are no valleys to the left, to the west, so it makes sense that we're looking from right to left on the map. We've got this big, obvious valley with the River Esk in it here, and then we've got another smaller, not as wide valley here, and then we've got higher ground here on Bowfell. So could we be looking over towards the Scafell Pike here, Scafell there? If we look to the right, we've got Ill Crag, and we see the contours here quite widely spaced, or very widely spaced, so that would be that flatter area that we're looking at, and then the ground dropping away before climbing up to Scafell Pike. We'll see the very rocky ground in front of it, and then here, that's the high point. The ground drops away down here, down into Mickledore, and then we've got this very rocky area, very steep rocky area, Broad Stand there, up onto the high point of Scafell. In front of it, we've got this bowl, if you like, with a small tarn in it, Fox's Tarn, and then from there the ground drops away again, and then here we've got a big wide sort of a U shape with a stream coming down in it there in Green Cove, and then here we've got that obvious well-defined rocky rib swinging round back towards the camera location. So we've got this big wide sort of U or C shape there, and then the ground drops away again to the left to slight side. Got the main river here, the first valley, and then here, look, we've got this Pike de Beeld ridge running down here with another stream or gill in it there, Yeasty Rig, and then ground climbing up again towards Bow Fell. So we could be somewhere on the Bow Fell region looking across. So what about those features? Well, the first feature we're looking for is this scoop out here immediately in front of that high mountain there with Broad Crag to the right. Sorry, with Broad Stand to the right. So there we've got Broad Stand, very rocky. I've zoomed in a bit so we can see. And there's the summit of Scafell. So here, this tarn in the bottom there, this C shape in those contours is the first feature that we were looking for. Can we work out the second feature? So we're looking for this big deep gully or cleft in the landscape, and it's to the left as we look of this big rocky ridge coming down. So we've already identified that this Camspout Crag area is the big rocky ridge that's coming down. So we want to be looking for a deep gully on the left hand side or the southern side as we were looking at. So what about this feature here? Can we see there's a line? Let's zoom in a little bit more. This distinctive feature there is what we're actually looking at for that. So those are the two features. What about our photo location? Well, we're on a grassy slope with a drop, not significantly steep, but there's a drop down to this stream that we'd identified up the other side, and then we've got this rocky area here with a slight summit on it, and then that is in a straight line between the camera location and the summit of Scafell Pike there. So if we were to draw a straight line from Scafell Pike through the centre of this high ground on Pike de Beeld, it would lead to where the photo was taken from. So let's do that. Now, some people suggested we were on Bow Fell summit, but if we look here, that's rocky ground there, and it's quite a steep drop off to the west. What about being slightly further to the north here? Now let's do that little thing where we look over Pike de Beeld over to Scafell Pike. You can see here we've got this little ring contour here with rocky ground in front of it. Again, let's just zoom in a little bit there. So we were looking over that to Scafell Pike summit. So if we draw a line between the two from the summit through this high point there, it puts us just on that little point there just before the final climb up to Bow Fell. That's that looking down there. So that is that. I'll just put circles on for our features. So the first one was this corrie, if you like, you might call it this, that the shape of the contours below the summit there of Scafell, and then this steep gully or cleft there on Camspout Crag. So those were your answers this week. Hope you found that interesting. As ever, thanks for watching, and look out for next week's navigation task. Bye for now.